already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not save us, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, please. I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run on first down. It's Waters. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And, right away, he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Miles Boykin. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. And again this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
21! Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Check, check, wait! Dude. Slam.
They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
That one caught out wide by Boykin. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Switch up.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Zane Gonzalez. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will make it 10-0 here in the 1st. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 13.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They don't want it. Keep playing.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Waters. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. On 2nd down now. It's Waters. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Check.
On 3rd down, it's Waters. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
21. Kill, turn up. Check, base, crunch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
At their own 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now this throw caught left side. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Real. Point it right.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, you got 3 down. Watch 88. 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with some here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Mayfield on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot.
And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Browns drive about to get started. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A run for Nick Chubb. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brian Burns, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield looks to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Hurry, hurry! You think you gonna get this? Alert 3, alert 3. Run, run, run. Watch the safety creep. Up, up. 59 Mike, 59 Nate. Orbit. Hurry, hurry. Watch, watch.
4th down, Mayfield. And Ingram holds it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete here. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Run, run, run. Front 9. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And the blitz does come. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There was the pressure you were talking about, forcing incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 52, 25.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Check 99. Check 99. Check, check. Fresno. You got tight. You got right there. Rush in. Say. Check. Check 24. Check. Hey, South. Joker. Check it out, read. Check. Switch gears. Check three. Space. Get out.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That good for 19 and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Gun. Tight go. Out. Kill. Whole team spills. Hey, Tuesday. Watch the shit. Check.
Right back to him on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey, express. Watch the whip. Kill. Shit. Check 9. Watch check. Safety's creeping. Kill. Check nickel. Shit. 21. Shit. 29.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Gun.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Bang. Gun. Check safety. Hey, alert 3. Watch 58. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Big head.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready, 280. Hey, 59, ready. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Undercross. 58. He's checking. Check hot route. Hot. 36. Hey, ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Watch out. Shit. 6 guys.
On third down, it's Waters. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Check. 39. Watch quick. Gun.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Oh no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 50. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They run. Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Hey, free players, free players, free players. Crunch. Check, 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 check. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Kill, kill.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Shift, shift. 6-6, pull it high. Hey, South. Hey, express, express. Check, check, check.
Here's Ryan. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
Mike. 180. It's our time. Hey, alert 33.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Able to fight through 1 tackle. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Browns, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to